Alrighty, guys. So we're officially back home after attending the Nintendo Switch 2 experience in LA. My wife and I had the opportunity to head out there and actually get our hands on the Switch and try a lot of the demos of all the games that were announced in the Switch Nintendo Direct, like Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Bonanza. I even got to try Metro Prime 4 in the mouse mode and tried a lot of the other games like Zelda, Kirby, even Cyberpunk on the Switch too, which we even got to meet with the devs of Cyberpunk while they were there in the LA experience for the Nintendo Switch 2. But before we really dive into a lot of different things, I just want to say something really quick. I am by no means sponsored by Nintendo. Like, I'm not here to sell you guys the Switch 2. Like, I'm not gonna like deny the fact that there's a lot of crazy drama and controversy revolving the Switch 2, especially about the prices. And I mean, I'm with you guys, especially with the game prices. I'm not here to be like, oh yes, you guys need to buy a Switch 2. You need to do this, you need to do that. I'm just gonna be sharing with you guys my experience and all the things that I did while attending the Switch 2 event in Los Angeles. All right, guys. So I just don't want you guys to get it twisted. Like, I'm not like I'm not here glazing or doing any other stuff. Like, it's just my experience and my thoughts on everything. And if this helps you either decide, oh, okay, I'm gonna buy it, or I'm definitely not gonna buy it. That's up to you guys to decide. I just want to give you guys and share my experience with the Switch 2. So without further ado, guys, let's get in because there's a lot to talk about. So starting off the event, like the very first thing they let us do is actually hold the Nintendo Switch 2 in our hands. We got to mess with it, feel it, remove the Joy-Cons, which are magnetic, which is a really cool thing that they did with that. And just kind of like really have it in our face and be like, look, this is the Switch 2. It's legit. I actually brought my Switch, which was I think one of the first Switches. It was the Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu Switches, and I compared it as well. They allowed me to do that. Came out, compared it, and definitely saw the difference in size. Definitely a better quality in the Joy Cons. One thing, and my wife did ask one of the staff members there if they knew anything in regards to stick drift, because that's was one of the biggest problems with the Nintendo Switch Joy Cons in general. And they didn't really give us a straight answer. They're just keep it on the website, keep an eye out when more information was coming out. And I figured they were gonna say stuff like that. I don't think they were gonna have like a straight answer, be like, oh yes, stick drift is fixed with the Switch 2. So no clear answer on that. And I figured that's how it was gonna be throughout the convention. But we wanted to ask just to see if they had any idea or we knew anything in regards to that. And also they had in display everything that you're going to be getting with the Switch 2, which is pretty cool. As you can see here, everything you're getting in the regular Switch 2 bundle, of course, is the Switch, the dock, you get the left and right Joy-Cons. You actually even get the Joy-Con 2 charging grip, as well with the Joy-Con 2 strap. Now, the Joy-Con 2 strap actually comes with the ability to use it in mouse mode. So that's going to be the biggest difference with the Joy-Con 2 straps. It's not just a connection to the strap. This is how you're going to be able to use the mouse mode for the Nintendo Switch. Of course, as well as your HDMI and your charging port. So, and all that is going to be coming in the Switch 2, and of course the Switch 2 bundle if you decide to get the one with Mario Kart as well. And as we kind of look through, we get to see kind of like all the Switch in portable mode and dock mode. This connected with the stand, like they had a showcase there, the camera as well, someone like the little wheel, the driving wheels as well. They had all that in display, the first thing, so we kind of see like what we're getting with the Switch 2. Like they that was like literally the first thing like they showed us, which I thought was kind of cool to do, like in the very beginning, to be like, look, this is the system, this is what you're getting, these are all the other accessories you can get with it. So they just that's the first thing, and that was cool. I mean, everything looked solid after actually holding the Switch 2 in my hands. It felt nice. It felt heavy. The Joy-Con, like the analog sticks felt really good. Again, the magnet disconnected the magnets from the Switch was nice. It's sturdy, great. I bent it a little bit. Everything was pretty solid. I'm not even gonna lie. It was pretty solid. I was kind of a little impressed by the Switch 2 after getting my hands on it then. So once everybody kind of got their hands on the Switch 2, they were able to see it, grab it, mess with it all they wanted to. We were then guided over to the play area where we actually got to start playing some of the games on the Switch. The first game that we played was Mario Kart World. We actually were able to play it on the handheld mode and then also on the dock mode. And me and my wife were playing together. We were paired up, so of course me and my wife were paired up together. We went to go play. We got to mess around with you got to see all the different customizations, with characters, outfits, and all that. And we got to actually play the game for a couple minutes, just like a regular circuit. And I'm not gonna lie, like Mario Kart World looked pretty cool. Of course I had to play the cow, and my wife picked Cowboy Mario as well. And she did beat me twice while we were playing, like with our just us. She did beat me. And then we were moved over to another area where we got to play one of the newer modes in Mario Kart World, which was the knockout mode. And I got knocked out earlier, and my wife actually made it further than I did, but she got knocked out very close to the end. She almost had it. And honestly, the knockout mode was pretty fun and intense because, we were in a big group, so it was like at least 24 of us playing, and it was everybody around us. So everything got super, super intense. So, like, it was fun. I mean, playing it there, doing all that, playing Mario Kart, like, it was definitely a very, very fun experience, playing with people and all that. I feel like Mario Kart World definitely has some potential, especially with the game modes. And then we did a little bit of the free roam, not a lot. Like, as we were waiting for people to load up, we actually got to kind of just roam around a little bit. And it was cool. It was definitely interesting. And it was great. Now, the big question I think maybe a lot of you are going to be asking, like, is it going to be worth, like, the $80 to $90 that they're saying that Mario Kart World is going to be? I mean, I'm just going to say, like, I can't really judge it from the little bit that we played. I mean, it's Mario Kart, you know what I mean? Definitely just little things that were added in there. I guess we won't know until the game fully releases. We get to play it. But overall, it was still like a decent time. So after we were done with Mario Kart World, they allowed us just to go out and just play any of the game demos available there. They had lots of different variety, of course, from all the Nintendo games to, Switch 2, of course, everything that was announced during the Nintendo Direct from, Metroid Prime 4, Donkey Kong Bonanza. They had a lot of, they had Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, and Breath of the Wild, in their enhanced edition, the Switch 2 edition that you could play as well. They had their little tech demo as well there that you could play. And Cyberpunk, Yakuza, Hogwarts, Civilization, Hades 2. They had a good variety of games that you can go out there and play. So we tried to play as much as we could while we were there. We jumped into, one of the first games we did jump into was Donkey Kong Bonanza. And this is literally Mario Odyssey, but Donkey Kong. Like, that's how it felt. And I'm not gonna lie, the game was pretty fun. Like, going around smashing things. It felt kind of weird but cool to just kind of like free roam with Donkey Kong, going around and stuff. So the Donkey Kong Bonanza was definitely interesting. I mean, again, we only played like a short bit of the demo in one of the worlds. So I mean, there could still be a lot more to do with Donkey Kong Bonanza. But overall, Donkey Kong was definitely a fun time. I did enjoy it. I've been looking forward to another Donkey Kong game. So I want to see, hopefully they show more gameplay of Donkey Kong Bonanza. But overall, it was good. And one of the games, again, that I've been just dying to dive into was Metroid Prime 4. And trying out the mouse mode, like, firsthand. And I have to say, like, the mouse mode is definitely a really crazy, fun addition to the Switch 2. Especially if you're a PC player, Or even if, I know the Nintendo, like, people who have, like, Switches, like, they don't really have any other console. So to get them into, like, the whole mouse, gameplay aspect of things was pretty cool. Like, playing it, like, everything was running perfect. Like, there was no lag, there was no nothing. Like, it moved seamlessly. And Metroid Prime there, while docked, was running at 180p on 120 frames. So it was running solid, smooth, great. I mean, it was great. It was honestly really cool, and I really did enjoy the mouse mode for Metroid Prime 4. It was just it was just a lot of fun, and it was like nothing. You know, we were standing playing, and it was just like everything was running super super smooth. Even my wife jumped into it, and she had fun. She liked it. She thought that the mouse mode was a great addition and easy just to get into and just and to run with it. So it was a great time playing Metroid Prime 4, and I really really love that mouse mode addition to it. So one of the games that I definitely wanted to try out on the mouse mode was Dragon Drive, that wheelchair basketball game where that you had to like really like move your hands on mouse mode to like play. We played it with other people and we actually competed with other people there. And while at the event, that it was actually fun. Like people were getting hyped, we were scoring, and it was just like it was a great time playing it there. Like it was genuinely fun experiencing that game with other people there. Now, long term after playing that game, like I can see like what they were trying to do with it. Like it's definitely a neat addition. Trying to do the whole mouse mode thing, and like as you're moving the wheels, like it does react. Like the Joy-Cons do vibrate. From the tires of the wheelchairs and stuff. But and it was cool. It wasn't a bad game. It was cool. It's just thinking about this in the long term. Again, pricing is gonna be the big thing with this. Like it's just gonna be maybe like they have a single player mode, but it's gonna have this is mostly meant to play online against other people, unless they're gonna have like a whole 2K style like career mode with it or something. But I could definitely see people getting upset with this with the price point depending on it. But like in the event, playing with other people there and everything was definitely a blast. Playing Dragon Drive, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty cool. It was hype. It was competitive. It was just a good time while we were there, honestly. So we also tried the Zelda games. The Zelda games look great. We even tried Kirby as well. Everything was running really really smooth, and this is gonna be for another video. Because of course, one of the biggest things that when I was driving up to the event, people were talking about, the price point of, especially like Zelda Breath of the Wild, that's, couple years old already. It's been a minute since that game's been out, and they're still gonna try to charge, full price for almost like a 10-year-old game. And Tears of the Kingdom. And if you bought it, you can upgrade it, but if you don't have it for the Switch 2, it's gonna run you about $80 to $90. Not in, and like that's excluding the DLC. So if you gotta buy the game plus DLC, it's a whole thing. I've just seen some videos and people talk about it. Again, we're definitely gonna be diving into some of these controversial topics of Nintendo. But everything from what I saw and what I played was running really smooth, really nice. Like I think this is something that we've wanted from the Switch. All the performances for some of these great games, like with Scarlet and Violet, as well as like my biggest thing is like, I wanted that performance, I wanted that better quality for Scarlet and Violet, and it seems like with the Switch 2, it definitely is an upgrade, but is it gonna be worth the price? That's gonna be the biggest thing here. And I got a chance to try out Cyberpunk 2077 on the Switch 2, and I'm not even gonna lie, guys, it was running fantastic. Like, it was running smooth. The quality was great. It didn't tell me exactly like what frame rate or if it was in performance mode or anything like that. Because I think they're still kind of like working on that aspect of it. But I think it was running great. Even with like Hogwarts Legacy, that was running pretty solid as well. Like great. So like the third party games coming to Switch 2 is gonna be great. I was watching some people play Split Fiction 2, Hades. All that stuff was running really really solid on the Switch 2, so that's really good for like we're not gonna get like the old like Mortal Kombat like super weird pixelated or like just like the quality was really crappy for a lot of third-party games coming into the Switch 2, so it seems like they really made that improvement with that as well. And I got a chance to talk to some of the devs for Cyberpunk, which was super cool. We had a great little conversation, and thanks to my wife, my manager, because I was just too excited talking to them. She actually was able to set up a little interview with the devs for Cyberpunk, so we're gonna be talking to them and talking about the Switch 2 for Cyberpunk. Hopefully we can ask a little bit of questions about the Witcher 4 and other stuff. So I'm excited. I'm very excited. So keep an eye out for that on the channel, guys. We will be reaching out to them and talking to the devs of Cyberpunk 2077. And we also got a chance to play with the Switch 2 Pro controller as well as we were playing with the Joy-Con 2 charging grip as well. And I'm not gonna lie, the Pro controller definitely feels a whole lot better than their other Pro controller. It's not just like see-through plastic like it is with this Xbox controller. It feels like a really nice, good quality Xbox Elite controller. Everything was great. It even has back buttons. Even the charge grip Joy-Con controller has back buttons to it, and you can map it to all that. So the fact that the Joy-Con grip controllers that come with the bundle have back buttons to it is dope. And of course, the Pro controller has back buttons, and the quality is definitely there. It looks so good. It felt great. It played great. Those controllers were really good quality, and I think that's great. Because I like the old Pro controllers, but I think they definitely made an upgrade to a lot of their accessories moving over to the Nintendo Switch 2. It was great. I'm not gonna lie. It was really really dope. So with that being said, guys, I'm not here to tell you buy the Nintendo Switch 2. This has just been my experience with it in the LA event. I had a lot of fun. My wife had a lot of fun. We enjoyed it a lot. This was our first time going to an event like this ever. I've never been to anything like this before. I've never got to play a console, before it releases ever, and I'm not just saying that to be buy the Switch 2. But I would suggest you guys go out and see other reviews, check out other stuff, see if it's something that really fits you. For me, after playing it, after experiencing it, it's something that I've always wanted from the Switch, especially the mouse mode thing. That was so much fun. That's really cool. I can't wait to see what other things they incorporate with it. So if they keep the price point at $450, I think I can justify myself paying that much for the console, honestly. But the games it's a whole nother story. I'm not even gonna lie. I really feel like Nintendo's dropped the ball with some of their comments, and some of the stuff they said has been very distasteful, and I understand, and I'm with a lot of the outrage in regards to the pricing of games and all that. That's 100% valid. Again, like I said, I'm not here to just because I went out to play the Switch 2. I'm not trying to glaze Nintendo and be like, yes, buy it. It's worth it. Spend all your money on Switch and all their products and all their stuff. No, my experience was this. I had fun. It was great. I wasn't gonna be negative there. I wasn't gonna harass any of the staff members or ask them questions about the Switch and the pricing and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I was just there to experience it and have fun. And this is my experience, so I hope, let me know what you guys think from all this, from the games, from all the stuff. I literally try to do my best on everything. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment. I'll do my very best to answer all your questions to the best of my ability while I was there playing and having the chance to talk to some of the people there and just experience all that firsthand. I'm grateful, very, very grateful to have tried it. It was super fun, again. And I don't know, like I said, we're going to have another video talking about all the other stuff from Nintendo. Definitely we have to talk about it. I'm not just gonna go to this event and be like, oh yeah, I'm done. No, we should be able to criticize and give our feedback to Nintendo. Be like, hey, we don't think this is right. The way some of these pricing is not correct. But from some of the statements that I see from Nintendo, it doesn't seem they're gonna budge. They are gonna have variable pricing for a lot of their stuff, but we'll see what they say and what happens in the weeks to come, guys. But let me know your thoughts, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in the next one.